Peni Parker is confirmed as being a champion coming to the game next month. Let's find out a bit more about the character, as well as some of the comic book history, abilities, and also Kabam's design. For a lot of you out there, you may recognise Peni Parker as being a character within Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which we know we'll probably see again in the sequel to this, which is I think coming out next year. And the way Peni Parker as a character is not exactly the same as other Spider-Verse based characters. Yes, there's a radioactive spider, but no, she doesn't use her own type of, well, hands, legs, feet, because she uses a big robot. I think for you out there that are fans of things like Kaiju, Pacific Rim, that kind of film series and stuff like that, then you'll get a happy cohesion between the Spider-Verse based stuff and as well that type of delivery of anime meets kind of mechs meets so many other things. And one of the great things that I've just learned about this character whilst doing some research for this video was Gerard Way. If you're not familiar, My Chemical Romance Gerard Way or Umbrella Academy Gerard Way helped put together this particular story and creating the character, which that's amazing. I love it. And Peni Parker made her first appearance in 2018 in this particular issue here called Edge of the Spider-Verse issue number 5. And yeah, you're probably wondering, I've seen Peni Parker in Into the Spider-Verse, and I'm seeing this here, which is the Spider Mark 5.0 or kind of like spider armor. This isn't like the film. What's going on? This is kind of weird. Well, I guess in a film version they wanted to give it a different vibe, but we've got on screen right now the Marvel Contest of Champions version that's coming into game. Firstly, with the spider suit, the mech suit, it does look very impressive, but also has some nods to the film version based on the color scheme of things. Because let's face it, a lot of the time Spider-Man is that kind of red and blue motif, but it's taken more of an inspiration from the film version, which is like that, but not the comic book version on the color scheming. I mean, design-wise, it looks very much like the one that's in the comic books, with a couple of subtle differences, which is cool. Now, when it comes to Peni Parker, the design-wise, I think this is amazing. Why I think this is amazing is because it reminds me very much of Noodles from the Gorillaz. I think mainly on hairstyle and kind of demeanor, it kind of looks very similar. So yeah, I can just imagine like watching Dare, the music video for Dare, and just kind of like seeing this and also seeing this. It's coming up, it's coming up, it's Dare. Now something is really cool. There's a little bit of a nod to Venom to a degree. So in this Earth, which by the way is not Earth 616, it is Earth like 14,000 and something or other, right? So in this particular story, this is Eddie Brock. And as you know, Eddie Brock, Addy Brock. You see what I mean yet? Like, there's some Venom-based ties here. And Eddie Brock actually gets into a suit, a Venom suit, which you can see. Unfortunately, Eddie dies, and that's unfortunate because, you can't explore much of the story. But at least it's a little bit original on this one, so yeah, it's still be cool. But in any case, enough of that. Let's talk about some comic book history. So, Peni Parker exists on Earth 14,512. Yes, Loki's been up to his old tricks. As we all know, there's lots of different multiverses. When Peni Parker was 9, her father died piloting the spy/der suit, which let's just call it the spider suit. She was informed by her Uncle Ben and Aunt May that she was the only person able to carry on the project, and accepted the responsibility, allowing the radioactive spider that formed the other half of the spider's CPU to bite her. 5 years later, she became 14. And Peni came in conflict with a supervillain called Mysterio, who was piloting an enormous orb and infecting the people of New York with hallucinogenic gas. Despite being dosed, Peni was able to subdue Mysterio, pulling out of class by Daredevil, of all people. And Peni was informed that Mysterio was cooperating and had exposed an illegal biological enhanced ring. A particular gang ring was taken down by Daredevil and the very now mech suited up Peni Parker. She actually comes in contact with Peter Parker and Ezekiel Sims, who inform her that the spider totems were being hunted and killed. So basically it's time to Spider-Verse up, unite and take on the powers that be. For those out there curious how Eddie Brock met her demise, well, it is in the hands of this creature here, which if you're familiar with Morbius the Living Vampire, this is Morbius of Earth 14,000 and whatever. So it's a big kaiju at the end of the day that's going to go and come and destroy everything, because it do be doing things like that. But yeah, that kind of gives you an idea. There's not really much to go on when it comes to Peni Parker, because she hasn't really done a huge amount. She's definitely had her own run, and as well own kind of like comic book run as we've seen, but also her time has been more stretched or known about when it's coming to do things with the Spider-Verse. Now when it comes to powers of the suit, Marvel themselves say this, that the spider armor or the suit is highly advanced mechanical suit, and radioactive spider bonded with the CPU and must also bond with a pilot, which we've learned, which obviously Penny's father had before. Penny genetically bonds with a spider after it bites her, and it becomes physically linked to it. The suit has increased strength and durability, contains filters and web shooters along its wrists. So I expect this to be like Spider-Man, but I think more kind of like potency, because that human element or the humanity element to it is kind of like not as, well, I'd say it's precise, but it's like it's a case of like you could do super rapid fire. It could be a bit like Stark Enhanced Spidey, for example, except there's less of that kind of like refilling element, especially when it comes to the web shooters, or there's kind of like time scale things, unless something breaks down with the tech suit or the tech champion. But still, I expect great things from this new tech champion that's coming into the games. So from the tech line, where would I think this would be a good comparison? I would say Hulkbuster for sure. I would say lots of utility that would be just like fun to interact. As it's like a mech suit as opposed to a real suit, I would indeed look at the fact of is this going to have more like a Dark Hawk edge, especially from the way that this is a Spidey type element to it. So will it be a case it's more kind of evadey? Because that would be really cool to see like tech and evadey, which, you know, we have with the likes of Ultron. But yeah, where do you think this champion is going to be? What will it have? Will it have regeneration, which is a normal factor when it comes to a lot of tech characters, and in particular like robotics? Or will there be something in particular? Like I said, evade I think is going to be within there, especially because it will have that Spidey edge and reaction to it. What are your thoughts? Put it in the comment section down below. And there we go, that has been a video. Have a lovely day, whatever you're doing. Appreciate you for coming by and supporting, and I'll see you all indeed very soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.